natural areas and natural resources. And this is a family-friendly event. It's going on from 11 a.m. until 3 p.m. Like you mentioned, at the Bayshore Preserve, there's going to be games, activities, food, bird walk, nature walk, just a lot of fun things for the whole family.
What are some of the things that you can see out there? Nature, birds, what's out there?
Well, it's an estuary area, so a good amount of shorebirds and, I mean, really a lot of different birds. So we're excited for the bird walk that's going to be happening over there, as well as the nature walk. A lot of different unique plants, and the Capital Land Trust, which owns the preserve, work with the Mason Conservation District. We did a lot of planting of native plants, so you can actually see a really good variety of native plants that are supposed to be here in Mason County.
So also you're going to have, excuse me, Xinh out there giving out some shellfish samples?
Yeah, we're excited about that. You know, obviously she's very popular. Food's very popular around town, and yeah, this is a free event for the public. So come by and get some free shellfish, and yeah, it'll be a good time.
Used to be the golf course, and I know you've been around town for a couple, 3 years or so. So did you ever get out there? I mean, golf or not, but just at least see what it looked like as a golf course?
Unfortunately, I never did personally, but I've heard a lot of amazing tales about really how it's transformed. I mean, to go from a golf course to to this beautiful nature preserve took a lot of work, and we're really excited and proud of the collaboration that was involved in making this all happen.
I guess you don't really know until you do this, but when you let Mother Nature come take back this type of area, it will undoubtedly change some of the flows around the area, water-wise and things like that. The things look positive on that front? Things have come back to nature how they're supposed to?
It's definitely moving that direction.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. It takes a while for Mother Nature to correct itself, to correct everything. But, we have done a good amount of work with the Mason Conservation District and with EcoNet in adding to that restoration, again, with the planting of these native plants and, just taking best management practices for especially the shoreline area to really make it look like it historically looked. And it's going to continue to restore more and more to its native state, but we're really excited about how it's looking. And if people show up this Sunday, you can see it now and then come back again next year or the year after, and you'll really see that evolution and growth.
Are there models? Scientists make models of what they think it could look like?
For this specific area, I'm not really sure if that was done. I don't believe so. I don't think it was done exactly for this area, but there's a good idea. But when this native planting was done, obviously they had a pretty good idea of how they want it to look, and the trees are going to get bigger. There's going to be growth that we don't anticipate for, but we have a general idea of what we want it to look like and what it's going to look like.
So so it says no dogs allowed at the event, but are dogs allowed ever at the preserve, or?
People do bring their dogs there. The biggest issue is with the waste disposal. And I believe they have talked about, opening it up for dogs, but right now, just the waste is the problem, especially being so close to the marine environment. But no, generally dogs are not allowed on the property. But it is very popular for people to go out and go walking around and just checking out the area.
So I haven't been there since it was the golf course. So are there trails that meander through the area that you would stay on, but is that how you get around in the preserve? Is that how it's set up?
Well, most of it is very open, but yeah, there are trails as well. And so when we go on the bird walk, for example, or the plant walk, the native plant walk, that's going to be happening on Sunday, there are specific trails that are good for those purposes. But in large part, you can just kind of walk around and mosey around as you see fit.
It is Sunday from 11 to 3, and you kind of made mention of it that people go walk around there. I drive by there, and it's just on State Route 3. You see it every so often. You see cars in the parking lot, and I always wonder, Can you go? I mean, if it's not an event, you can go up there?
Yes, absolutely. And it's encouraged for people to go. This property is owned by the Capital Land Trust. They want people going out and checking out this preserve, checking out, all this good work that's been done, and hopefully being motivated and inspired to see more of these restoration actions taking place.
Okay.
And you can reach the water?
You can reach the water, yes. Yeah, if you go right into the Thailands there.
Nice.
Checking the forecast for Sunday. Looks like it's going to be about 70 and mostly cloudy skies, so not too bad. Perfect out there. Some of the things that you'll be able to do, as we talked about the bird walk, Xinh Dwelley is going to be there for shellfish samples. There's a trivia scavenger hunt for kids and live music.
That's correct. Yeah, we're excited about several of the bands that are going to be there.
Who are the bands?
We have a good variety of bands. I personally did not help too much in the coordination of that, but it's a real good variety in types of music that are going to be played.
Check out masonconetwork.org, masonconetwork.org. That's the Mason Eco Network website. I guess it's masoneconetwork.org.
That's correct, yes.
As I look closer into those letters, Kevin Schmelzlen is in Daybreak today talking about this weekend's Oakland Bay Day, Sunday, June 12th at the Bayshore Preserve on State Route 3 just outside of Shelton. And there's going to be plenty of free parking in front of the preserve. There could be some overflow parking at the waterside access, so don't worry about that. But if you do park there, you may need a Discover Pass.
Right, but there should be plenty of free parking available.
Awesome. Well, Kevin, I hope you have a great time out there. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited for it and excited to see a lot of people there.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in. We'll talk again soon.
All right, thank you.
8:51 at iFiber One News Radio.
ABC Entertainment News. Here's Jason Nathanson.
Another claim to Prince's fortune. Norman Carthen says he's Prince's adopted son. In paper